Good morning. I thought I'd just provide a quick update on what's been happening this week in my way into Parliament. It's been quite a short week because we had Easter Monday, of course, so Parliament's only Tuesday through to Friday. Friday's private members' bills. And today, unusually, there's a vote, so quite often MPs who are not taking part in private members' bills can get away earlier on a Thursday because there's often no votes, but because of the vote it means that quite a lot of people will be hanging around. I've got stuff lined up for constituency first thing tomorrow morning, so I was hopefully getting away in good times, but so let's hope we get that vote not too late so I can get my train back this evening. I'm sure we'll be okay on that. It was really good yesterday to meet somebody who lives in Shandon, and I think her parents live in Curry. She has MS, and she was talking to me about how she was diagnosed, basically through a twitch that was generated at the side of her eye, and how the doctor quite luckily spotted quite early that there was something neurological. Don't ask me how. My eye occasionally twitches. It did get me worried actually. And she got that diagnosed quite early. I think she said she was 30 when she was diagnosed. Most people are diagnosed between 20 and 30, I think, pretty sure she said. And so she was there supporting MS charity, talking about the need to invest in treatments, and also some concerns she had around the proposals for welfare reform. So I've submitted a question to DWP based on the discussions we had. Yesterday I also met Postcode Lottery, and I'll post about that later on my Facebook. Hopefully we're going on a session with them in the constituency to try and help community groups, etc., apply for funding from them. I think we've already given just over 6 million to my constituency, so as I was leaving to walk into Parliament this morning, I was listening to Radio Scotland, and I heard that the Scottish Government announced yesterday that it's going to dump its car use reduction targets because they're unrealistic. So these targets were always challenging. I think they were probably set about 5 years ago or so. I would have to check the exact date. But so even back then they were challenging. But they've been unrealistic is probably a good word to describe where we're at now, because since they were announced, the Scottish Government has done virtually nothing to deliver them. They kept on saying they were going to publish a roadmap to deliver that target. I always loved that phrase, roadmap, within the context of car use reduction. But that just never came. And this is quite important for Edinburgh, because Edinburgh's quite a congested city, and we could say that's because of roadworks. I think there's over 10,000 sets of roadworks in Edinburgh each year. Really difficult to coordinate, and the council can always do better, and we've written to them about that. But fundamentally the issue is just the number of cars and vans and all the rest of it on the road in Edinburgh. The government did give us ring fence money in Edinburgh for cycle lanes. So that money could only be spent on cycle lanes. But realistically, cycle lanes, they have their place, but they're never going to give us the volume of car use reduction we need in Edinburgh to ease that congestion problem. Get people who really need to use their cars, make it easy for them to drive around, and also for goods and services to move around the city. Bike lanes are never going to do that. So at the heart of the council's response to that car use reduction target, the government set was investing in public transport, and in particular bus priority measures. So buses change, the traffic lights change as the bus approaches, etc., right across the city. Looking at the operation of bus lanes, working with Lothian buses to make sure we've got bus lanes in all the right places, etc. But the council has plans for this, well-developed plans, but the Scottish Government just refuses to fund them because they've got other priorities. Ferries with painted on windows that are too big to fit in the actual harbour. That's where we are in terms of their transport priorities. So really frustrating actually. And of course we have to remember that the failure to invest in public transport is a qualities issue, because women, and this data might be out of date, but women are much more likely to be commuting to work using bus when compared to men. And we also know, of course, that people from poorer backgrounds are much less likely to own a car. So, if you want to make it easier for people to move around the city, you have to invest in public transport if you want to create a more equal city when doing so. So really frustrated actually. So I'm not surprised that the target has been dumped. but a little bit frustrating, but it's a bit of a missed opportunity actually to create that better city. People who are lucky enough to travel outside Scotland on holiday or to visit friends and family, etc., see other cities in other countries where transport is fully integrated. So rather than just talking about bikes, which are a big focus of the Scottish Government for a while in terms of ring-fence money we received, they think about transporting around, and they realise that for different trips people might use different modes, and they try to look at how these connect. I just don't see that coming from the Scottish Government. So it really disappointing actually that we've got to this place. And let's face it, the Scottish Government's great at having world-leading policies. Car use reduction might be one of them, but delivery is absolutely rubbish. And the same was true with the climate targets. Best climate targets on the planet at one point, and then they dumped them last year. So delivery, and if we go back to the ferries, that's the issue there as well, wasn't it? Innovative ferry design. What is it? Is it 10 years now since that contract first started? And the ferries, look at all the problems there's been. Absolutely incredible. Scotland needs a new direction, I think. Okay, sorry if that's a bit of a rambling message. I tried to keep these within 1 minute, believe it or not, and I've failed. Okay, and as ever, isn't the COVID memorial wall looking fantastic this morning? Okay, whatever you're doing, have a great day. Bye for now.